Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Tina Schmidt, and I'm going to be making a video today about my continuous glucose monitor. I have the FreeStyle Lebre 2. I'm a type 1 diabetic, and this works with a meter that looks like this. I put it in my own little pocket I got from the dollar store. It works really nice. And instead of pricking my fingers every day, there's a sensor on the back of here that connects with the sensor that's on my arm. And I have to change it out every 14 days. So today's the day that I change it out. Now let me show you all the parts of what I'm going to be using. Of course, you need a prescription from your doctor to get these from the pharmacy. A lot of pharmacies do. I labeled it what day I got this. That's just for my own information. And everything in it, we'll open it in just a minute. I want to show you, I'm gonna take out my little meter here. It looks just like a regular blood stick meter. There are even strips you can use, but you need a prescription for that too. I have not used any strips with this at all. And on the front of it, it's a touch screen, which is good. This little button here will turn it on, and it says scan sensor to check glucose. So the sensor's on the back of here, and that is the sensor that's on my arm that will check my blood sugar. So I just do that, and it says scanner timed out. Okay, so we'll do it again. So I'm just gonna hover it over there until it vibrates. Oh, I gotta click check glucose, and then it's gonna just vibrate and beep, and then you can see my blood sugar is 131, which is pretty good. And there's a little blue line there, and you want to stay inside that little blue line, and you can see that it kind of connects to you all the time. I wear it around a lanyard because it's very, very light, and it doesn't come with a case. It doesn't come with anything. It just comes with this and the port to charge it. So it gives you a cable to charge it. And you can review your history, logbook, daily graph, average glucose, and lots of other things that you can do with other technical blood sugar meters nowadays. Again, it's the FreeStyle Lebre 2, and this goes with this. So I'll show you that. Another couple things that are good to have that don't come with it is this universal adhesive remover wipe. You can get them on Amazon, and it's about $10 for a box of, let me check here, it's called Unisolve, a box of 50. So this is going to last you quite a while because you only have to change these every 14 days. Okay, so, and another thing that I found very helpful is to get some of these patches. They're called SIM, S-I-M, patch, P-A-T-C-H. So you can get these on Amazon as well. And all it is it's just a covering for it, like a Band-Aid. So it's waterproof anyway, but the seal around it is so small, I'm always afraid that I'm going to get it wet and have to take it off and it gets damaged in some way. Okay, now you can see that one of the downfalls of these is you get this black ring. You know, if you've ever been to the hospital and you have those little sticky things all over you, it's hard to get off. Now, I generally wipe these down every day with one of these, or I put a little bit of I put a little bit of lotion around it so it doesn't get so dirty. I purposely didn't do that so I can show you how well this Unisol stuff works. And just another hack here, it takes hair color off of your sink if you're drying your hair. So this stuff works very, very well. As you can see, I am just wiping, and that was my husband in the background, so just ignore him. So I'm just wiping it around here, okay? And it will get the majority of that black stuff off if you want. And it will also help you to peel this off because you have it on here for 14 days, okay? So let's start peeling it off, and it feels like if you've ever had a sunburn and you know you get that top layer of skin that's just peeling off. That's what it feels like. You hear it pop. One of the not so pleasant parts about doing this, but I only have to do it once every 14 days, so I don't mind. I'd rather do this than stick my fingers every day. Alright, so I'm pulling this off, and as you can see, the actual sensor still has a very, very strong hold or suction, or you know, whatever you want to call it, a sticky film around it, and it didn't even pull off, okay? But I'm going to pull it off now. I'm going to use another one of these, and it's just, you just work with it. It doesn't really hurt. It's kind of annoying. You get used to it. The first time I did it, it was like, okay. So I'm going to just kind of pull. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to make it real good here. Just kind of pulling it. Oops. And this one wants to be a little stubborn. Okay, now I know it looked like it hurt, but it really didn't. And I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can. There is actually a needle right here. This is the part that it's very, very small. I don't think you can see it. Maybe you can. There you go. You can see it right there. And that sticks in there. And you might see a little bit of blood. But not to worry. Now, these should go in a sharps container. So I have one down here. I always have one down here. So I just stick that in there. And then, looks like I have a little more film on here. It feels like. And it's just going to be stubborn. And sometimes that does happen. So I'm just going to take that off in a few minutes here. Okay, so now you can see I've actually taken everything off. I mean, it just took a little bit of extra pull, but it didn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Okay, and the only thing about, and it leaves a little residue, so you're going to want to maybe wash it off with some soap and water, or if it doesn't bother you, you don't have to. It's clean, it's sanitized. Okay, so the thing about the Libres is you have to put it on the back of your arm. So anywhere on the back of your arm. I have short arms, so when I first did it with my endocrinologist, I had to put it right here, and she's like, that's fine, you can do that. But not so if it's in a muscle, maybe just under here. So that's where I'm going to put mine today. I'm going to put mine here, right here. But talk to your endocrinologist the first time and see what the best thing to do is. Okay, so I'm going to open the FreeStyle Lebre box. This is the sensor. It's called a sensor. You have instructions in here, of course. And you have a couple things in here. You have wipes already. If you're a diabetic, you probably have alcohol wipes, but use these. They're free, okay? And then you have the actual sensor, which is in this little container, okay? and we'll open that up in just a minute. And then we have this scary looking thing. It is actually the thing that you stick the sensor in, and then you push it into your arm. It's not as scary as you think it might be. It's just, I'm not quite sure what you call it. The pusher thing. It's the pusher thing. So I'm going to put this box aside. I'm going to get a paper towel here because I spilled some of that Unisolve, so it's all over my desk. I don't want that on my stuff here. So I already ruined this one because I had the Unisolve stuff. So I'm just going to throw that away. They give you quite a bit in these sim packs. And there's all kinds of colors. You can get different colors. You can get some that looks like big round band-aids. You can get some that have a cutout in the middle for the top of the sensor. So you can do a whole bunch of things with that. So the very first thing we're going to do is I'm going to choose the area. I'm going to do it right here for you. Okay? So I am going to clean that area first. I'm going to clean it here. Alright, and I'm just going to throw away that stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to let it air out. Okay, so important thing that you want to do if you're just starting with these, I don't know if your endocrinologist tells you this or you don't have the information, but just FYI, when you take this piece off, you want to save this top for your 14 days, because if your sensor fails, you can get a replacement, but you need to save this, and then if it fails, then you would need to contact your provider to say, hey, look, I inserted this sensor, but it never worked, or it stopped working after a few days, so they can send you a new one, because these are expensive. They're not cheap. Luckily, I have good insurance that I'm able to do that, and hopefully with all the new insurances out there, hopefully there are a lot more people that can get these. Okay, now, these things are hard to open, so I have another hack for you people out there. I have arthritis, and with a lot of people with diabetes, I also have neuropathy on top of that, and carpal metacarpal syndrome. Okay, so you're gonna twist it. I have these little things. You can get them at the dollar store. They're little gripper pads, or you can use them for coasters, but I use it. See how easy that was? You hear it click, and then you unscrew the cap. Without it, I couldn't get it open. So if you already do this and you have a hard time, that's a good hack for you. Okay, now I'm going to show you inside. See? You can see the little sensor inside there. That's the piece I just took off, that white piece. And see, the needle is in there and everything. Okay, so now here comes the kind of hard part. Okay, we're going to take this little thing right here, okay? And do you see this little line right here? You need to line this up with that little line. And I will show you. Let me see if I can find it. There's the little line, and it's really easy. Just make sure it is lined up. And there's also another line or a little rivet or a little hole right there. And you just make sure that everything lines up. And then you're going to push it down. And hear it click, it clicks. Then you should be good to go. Then you're just going to pop it out. And then as you can see, it's been discharged. It's in here now. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to put it on my arm right here, and I am going to press. And then I'm going to hold it for about 10 seconds. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ha ha ha. We're done. Okay. So you're going to gently lift this up, and then you're going to rock it back and forth until it gently pulls off. You want to be careful if it's giving you any trouble, like this one is kind of. Oh, there we go. And it is in there. And I can feel it in there. I mean, you feel it when it goes in, but it doesn't hurt. It's like giving yourself a shot. But, you know, if you're a diabetic, most of you have shots, especially if you're type 1 diabetic. So there you go. All right. So the last phase of this is I'm going to put one of these on. Now, these are optional. You don't have to have these. These stay on pretty good. There's other things you can buy to go over this on Amazon. They have lots of coverings. Like there's a plastic band you can put around it for if you're in the shower, go swimming. But it is waterproof, so you don't even really need those. The reason why I do this is because when I sleep at night, I toss and turn. I just don't want it to get stuck on anything and have it just pulled off. So these things took me a couple of minutes to figure out, even with the directions. So I'm going to go over it. This is a clear film, and if you can see, there's a blue line here, okay? And there is a little circle. That little circle is actually just very thin fabric that goes right over here. Okay, so it doesn't actually cover the sensor, so you can scan it. Okay, and there's many parts to this one. This is the first kind that I got. I got just one sim patch from my endocrinologist, which looks like a big band-aid, and I didn't like that one, so I tried this one. But it's a little complicated because I don't get things very easily sometimes. But here's some hacks if you do want to use these. The first thing that you notice is on the back, and it gives you instructions how to use them, but I just want to give you some hacks here. See, the first thing you're going to do is pull off that middle piece. Do you have these pieces on the end? You're not going to pull those off yet. And then on the top, you have this other piece that's on the top. You'll pull that off last. And my hack is these ones that have the blue, they're kind of hard to get apart. So, and if you're doing it on yourself, you may want to go ahead and pre-perforate them so they pop up. So when you go to take them off, it's not too hard to do and it doesn't pull so much. Because they can be a little bit tricky to get off. So we'll see. I usually have to fumble with it, and it's never perfect. So don't worry about it. I'm not conscious about it as long as it's on there. Okay, so I took that part off, okay, and I'll show it to you. So I'm going to try not to touch it, and then I'm going to center that over the center. So I centered the circle over the center. It's not perfectly centered. It's okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and peel off one side. Sorry, I got distracted by a message. And let's see if I can get this one up. I just want to smooth it down. Now you're going to notice that it feels plasticky, but that's the top layer. That's where this blue part comes in. Alright, so I'm going to take off one side, see here? And it looks like it's going to peel off what you just put on, but it's not going to. Okay? And it looks like, see, it's a little bit hard to pull off, okay? But then you could really notice a difference. Plastic, like skin barrier, okay? So let's try and get the blue off of the other side. I did perforate it, but like I said, sometimes it's a little stubborn. It's easier to do it if you have it in a, if you have a mirror, you can do it. I have a lighted mirror that I usually do it with, and it doesn't want to come off, of course. All right. But like I said, you just gotta work with it sometimes. It took me quite a while. Oh, you know what? I'm pulling it the wrong way. Huh, that's why. There we go. See? And there you have it. Now, that's not all, folks. Now you got that on. You're going to go and you're going to press this button, and then you're going to hit, it says it ends in 9 hours. So I'm doing this a little early today. So I'm going to hit the little button up here that says settings. Okay, sorry about that. I did the wrong thing. Okay, so what I did was I hit check glucose because I'm starting it a little early today. The same day, just a couple hours early. So I'm gonna click that. It says scan sensor to check glucose. So I'm just gonna scan it. And it's gonna tell me starting a new sensor will end the sensor you're currently using. Would you like to start the new one? You're gonna click yes. And then it says scan sensor to start it. So we're gonna scan it again. All right, and it says a message on here, important. Do not take high doses of vitamin C, more than 500 milligrams per day. This will falsely raise your sensor readings. Supplements like Airborne or Emergency have high doses of vitamin C. Read labeling for all supplements to determine vitamin C content. Pretty important. I didn't realize that. I read that the first time I changed the sensor. I do take one multivitamin during the day, and that's sufficient. You don't need to do anything more than that. Now, if you are getting a cold and you like to take that airborne kind of stuff, I would just go over with your doctor or use another type of testing like a finger stick. So I'm gonna click check glucose. And it says scan sensor to check glucose. And then you'll get a message because it takes an hour for it to actually start the new sensor. So it's going to tell me I can use this in 59 minutes. I have to wait. So if you're feeling weird within an hour, you need a backup kind of pin stick. You know, the old school kind of reader, which I have. I have a backup as well. But there you have it, and I hope that helps some people out there. I know that checking blood sugars when you're diabetic is really a chore, and it's a pain, literally, especially if you have neuropathy and you get calluses on your finger, and after for so many years it's hard to get a blood sample because you have so many calluses. I've been using this now for maybe about 2 months, and I really like it. I've noticed I've used some hand creams to kind of soften up my hand, so I noticed they're kind of going away a little bit, the calluses. So I think it's a good thing. And also it will let you know if there's a high blood sugar coming, if you're starting to spike. or if you're starting to go low. So that is definitely a plus. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I attached this to my Avon, but I'm going to be doing a lot of other type of videos on my channel as well. Health and wellness, networking, just social type stuff, maybe my makeup, other different things. So you get to know me as a person and not just, hey, it's that Avon salesperson who makes horrible unboxing videos, because boy, they're awful. Even my son was like, Mom, I couldn't edit these. They're really bad. So I apologize. My videos are going to start getting better, hopefully. And I hope everyone has a beautiful rest of your day. And take care of yourself, love yourself, care for the people around you. Do something nice for somebody today. And do something nice for you today. Love, peace, happiness, and Avon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.